Nice. Now, the Hyderabad is rocking these days. This Bank of Hyderabad competition is taking a interesting twist and turns every day. So,
Yeah.
Yeah. So, without any delay, let's start with today's Skillathon event. Good evening, everyone, and dear jury members. Thank you for joining us on a Saturday evening. This is Sidlingesh, and it's pleasure to be your host for the next couple of hours. The Institute of Product Leadership proudly welcomes you all for the Skillathon in agent-driven automation in products with a cohort of AI Product Management Certificate Program. Our participants will present their innovative solutions, and our esteemed jury will evaluate them on a key parameters. As Skillathons go, it promises to be an evening filled with excitement, challenges, and skill demonstration. This is an event where top shortlisted participants from the cohort present their hands-on projects and portfolio towards the assurance of skill to demonstrate problem statement and agentic AI opportunity, agentic value proposition and business strategy, alignment, multi-agent architecture design, deployment consultation. Before we get started, I'd like to thank the audience and jury for joining us on a Saturday evening. Today's session is going to be exciting and definitely some great learning takeaway. The cohort will walk the talk of IPL Mantra learning by doing. The audience will not just witness it live, but will also get to vote and choose the winner. I'll get to that in a bit. So let me begin this session by giving you an insight into what skillathons are and why IPL emphasizes skillathons being the real test of skills. Skillathon is an event where top performing learners demonstrate their understanding of skill and application of the same in the context of real world product idea as part of their learning journey to industry experts and other learners. At IPL, we replace examination with skillathons and studying with learning by doing. The Institute strongly believes that the real test of skills is by demonstrating your idea to live audience and industry experts. So it's time to invite our jury members. Today we have a prolific jury of three of the leading industry practitioners. First up, we have Mr. Kshitij Bhatia. He's the Director of Data and Analytics at Apteam. Hello, sir. Welcome. We'd like to know more about you, sir.
yeah, absolutely. So, myself, Kshitij, call me KB. That's what everyone calls me. It's which is the initials of my first and my last name. Working with Aptian, have been with the industry for almost 17, 18 years now. Uh, you know, Started as product manager and then, with all AI and data. So started on data and analytics, doing a lot of work on AI transformation, AI strategy, agentic AI agents. You talk about it. I can keep going. So excited to be here. With my other fellow jury members, and really excited to see some good capstone projects in action. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you so much, sir. Next up, we have Mr. Samir Manji. He's a product manager at Google. Welcome, sir.
Thanks, Siddhi.
Sir, would like to know more about you.
I'd like to know more about myself too. Anyway, okay. So I have similar experience like Kshitij, about 17 years or so. Started off as a developer, moved into automation testing, and then into product management and program management for a lot of companies. Worked for Amazon, Microsoft, now Google. I've been at startups for about a decade. So and every job that I switched led me into a different domain. So I kind of know almost every domain there is right now, but I'm not an expert in any of them. So the only thing I'm good at it at is product management. So that's about me. On a personal level, I'm into cars, badminton, nowadays tennis, um, and video games.
Thank you and welcome, sir. And we have Siddhi. She's a director at EY. Welcome, ma'am.
Hey, hi.
Ma'am, would like to know more about you as well.
Hi everyone. It's great to be part of this forum, that too on a Saturday, right? So the enthusiasm is extremely palpable here. I'm Siddhi Raul. I'm a director at EY's Gen AI Center of Excellence. So I've been building enterprise products for a while now. 11 plus years across startups in India, while working on some really important and hard problem statements. So at EY, I'm working on AI-led transformation through a couple of interesting products, both which are external facing and also internal facing. Super glad to be here and looking forward to the next 2 hours.
Thank you, ma'am. A very warm welcome, juries. Thank you for taking the time to join us as a jury for today's Skillathon. So let's look at the guidelines for today's Skillathon. So as given, it will be 10 minutes presentation with 5 minutes of Q&A and feedback by the jury only. Juries will cast their vote on the scale of 1 to 5, 1 being the lowest and 5 being the highest. Juries, you can go to that rubrics document and refer that and give the scores. Scores will be announced by the juries allowed. Once the presenter is done, the audience, please keep your phones ready to scan the QR code or to give the vote for the participants. So now, without any delay, let's begin today's presentation. We have Manoj, Nagendra, and Samir. Hi, team.
Hello. Hello, everyone.
Yeah. Manoj, let me know who will be presenting. You'll be presenting the screen, right? You'll be sharing the screen?
Sure.
Yeah.
I will.
Yeah. You should be able to do it now.
Oh, got it.
Yeah.
Let me know
So,
when you're able to see this.
Yeah, it's coming up. So
Okay.
all the best to all the teams. So you'll be having 10 minutes. I'll give you a heads up at the end of 7th minute and hard stop at 10th minute. All the best.
Got it.
And once you start introducing, I'll start the timer.
Sure. Yeah, thank you, everyone. Thank you, jury and fellow cohort members. We are a team of 4. Today, one of us is not available, Vivek, but it's Vivek, me, Nagendra, and Samir. So it's, I mean, should I like start with it, or are you good with the timer?
No,
set?
you can start with it, Manu. You can start with
Okay. So, like you see, everyone, we wanted to keep this simple for this presentation purpose, and we aimed at creating a multiple agentic architecture called Compete, and this is made to be providing the competitive analysis, because what is the thing as managers we get to know in discovery, right? Whenever there's a client problem that comes up to you through various feedback forms, it could be LifMs or tickets or like user feedback on the social media. So when that piles up, there is a problem that needs to be addressed, and you start with discovery, and that is where quickly you could lose yourself into discovering a lot of items. Sometimes it is quick, sometimes it takes a lot of time. So we thought we'll just start there to create this agentic AI architecture. And this compete bot is an agentic AI which transforms competitive analysis from weeks of manual work into hours. That's our primary goal. The problem, like I said, is today it is slow, it is inconsistent because of this hallucinations that could happen even manually when you're reaching out to multiple people. And why agentic AI? Because unlike predictive or generative AI, this is automatic. So you just give either a keyword, or you give a problematic NLP. In NLP, you give a problem statement. It would orchestrate and then give you results clearly every time, consistently. And so what is the persona we're addressing it? Like I said, it's a product manager, senior or a junior, who's a mid-career professional, who's dependent on this, who doesn't have like magnitude of tools to explore, or who doesn't have that much time. Sometimes you need to really address some critical issue, which is a blocker to some live client, and you have to really quickly do some initial discovery analysis, competitive analysis. This could help you in, if not urgent blocker, this could still help you in roadmap planning and stakeholder reporting, or this could be your first a cut of information that you could actually give it to your research team through a ticket. Like here in ADP, where I work, we have tickets for each teams for UX researchers, but we definitely need to provide them some inputs, and this could be that input for you as well. So that is the persona that we're trying to help with this agentic AI, and this would satisfy these kind of multitude of needs when we talk about it, right? Like functional needs. So it would make the product managers feel good in terms of accessing real-time intelligence, and then it also boosts their confidence in presenting to executives that, okay, I have done some research and these are my findings. I'm not coming in vaguely bringing a solution or an approach to the solution. And also there's a credibility which is social needs, right? When you're driving consistently delivering analysis. So that is how we're trying to meet the needs here. Maybe value proposition, so 80%, but maybe it is, I thought it is a higher number, but when I ran multiple of queries, it is actually, even if we take 1 week to get discovery results, and now compare it to seconds that it is taking to give me at least 3 competitors with total sources, it is even more than that. So that automation and eliminating of manual steps is what we are thinking is a great win. It is no more weeks or hours, and it is just minutes to seconds. And obviously the productivity gain is what is the value proposition that is brought to the table here. So how it is aligning to the business, right? It could be straightforward. It's operational efficiency where it is saving you so many man hours and dependencies on multiple departments in research, and also accelerating the growth. I mean, accelerating the speed at which you're getting to these results. And yeah, it eliminates the competitive blind spots, because there's only so much as a human that you could do, or you could search in Google or whatever and then curate, but this actually gives you a comprehensive output which eliminates blind spots and improves your decision making quality. So this agentic architecture, right? There are primarily 3 AI agents that we are building in. So there is one input. There is an input that is provided, which is provided to the first agent, which is a planner. Then it goes through the researcher, and then finally to the executor, which again outputs in a sorted, in a structured manner. So this is the architecture. Like I said, there is an input. The planner agent, it decomposes into subtasks and identifies competitors and analyzes it. Then researcher executes through, I think we used OpenAI API. So it uses research through it.
And
and
Manoj,
then
I believe it
execute.
is in a real team way. It works like a real team, right? You have a planner, you have an executor, you have an orchestrator. So it
Yes.
is actually simulating a way real teams work. Right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Proceed, Samir. Is that you? Is that
No,
you?
yeah, that's me. Yeah, no, go ahead. I just wanted to add that point. It's okay. You're doing great.
Sure. So yeah, this is the inputs that I was talking about, and then these are the agents. I would quickly show you how it looks and what are the prompts that we used. And I think yeah, these are the 3 steps. Agents, they're collaborating through JSON, and then we're using vector DBs chunking for the memory and processing. This is just an example which we did for the OTTs as an example, but we would demonstrate anything in the agent gateway. It is good. Yeah, primarily aimed at time reduction and consistency. Nagendra or Samir, are you like good with mobile? Do you want to take up the next slides, or should I proceed?
You continue. My connection is a bit shaky, so you.
Okay.
I don't know about Nagendra, but you can go ahead.
Okay. So we could, when we look at what is okay, this all looks good because it's a small 3 agentic architecture, but what to scale and how to scale, what we're planning is to improvise the infrastructure using cloud native Kubernetes, maybe serverless functions. And then I think security is a role. If you see, there is GDPR compliant logging systems and all that. But what we are planning to do is add a validator agent and keep a human in loop, so that finally, just before putting that output, you also want to validate, verify, and validate. Just before dumping whatever it gives you. That is another point which we wanted to talk about. Then, yeah, I think we'll come back to this once I'll show you the demo.
Yeah.
Do we?
Sorry to interrupt,
Yeah.
Tim. So you're left with last thing.
Yeah, that's the reason I was rushing. So this is the Lang flow which I was showing you. There are three agents. The planner agent, this uses the Open API, and we've clearly gave the instructions like what it is and what it has to do. Like it has to identify at least 3 relevant competitors and what are the key dimensions of comparison. We gave some parameters like pricing, adoption, and all that. But yeah, I'll maybe keep it short here. I want to actually run it and show you the output. So these are the prompts I could share once this is done. I'm moving to playground. I'll quickly start a search. So either you could ask it, give me competitive analysis of whatever, or simply if you don't have time, just give a keyword of what should we do. Anybody from audience? What is happening today? iPhone 17 Pro. Best example. I wanted to know competitive analysis of it. I just gave it a keyword. And yeah, it just takes a couple of seconds once it starts.
So while we wait for it to come, give an answer, can we ask questions in the meanwhile?
Sure.
All right. So the whole point of an agentic AI is to do things that require multiple actors and with multiple steps, right? Something that a generative AI like a ChatGPT or Gemini cannot do. But today, these tools can do competitive analysis if you provide what you do as input, and you don't even have to specify the competitors. It does a pretty good job of doing this competitive analysis. So uh, why do you think you need agentic AI for it, and what additional value does it provide?
Yeah, the first thing that comes to my mind is I think it is pretty generic, and this is more like a RAG model which is confined to whatever instructions you are giving, whatever negative prompts which is defining the output. So it wouldn't hallucinate. It would actually give you only the sources that are relevant and active, which is actually published, and not when it doesn't know the answer, it wouldn't generate some automatic answer to impress you. So I think that is where I think this would make a difference, I guess.
Yes. So what we think is each agent performing its own action. So we get to know that each agent is performing a set of predefined tasks. Wherein when we give it to a chat GPT or something, there might be chances wherein some information might be overlap or something might hallucinate, because now since each agent is performing one particular task, so we think that the missing of information is reduced there.
And another point is whenever there are outliers like some competitor coming in suddenly and slashing the price, like we're getting these Perplexity ChatGPT for free now, so that is an outlier, and suddenly your agents which are defined with earlier data, it wouldn't behave as such. So now you know your architecture and you have multiple agents, and you could pinpoint to that one agent and refine that and train it accordingly, so that it stays accurate to real-time outputs and changes in the market. So that flexibility is part of agentic AI, is what I believe, which is limited in ChatGPT, I guess.
Yeah, I'd love to see this result compared to like a chat GPT or a Gemini output and see how big the difference is.
Sure.
If you could write it, if you just run it in the background while other people ask their questions, that would be great.
Yeah. So I mean, this is our output, which gives you maybe some comparison table, SWOT analysis of each competitor, and what are the actions that you could take as recommendations. Yeah, I'll do that with ChatGPT.
Yeah. I think
Yeah, in meantime, if Kshitij sir and Siddhi ma'am, if you can ask questions or give feedback. First up, we'll go with Kshitij sir.
yeah, absolutely. I think definitely a needed one, Manoj, and the Compete Bot team, right? But I would likely go with what Samir said, right? If you ask me honestly, I would probably
Mhm.
say it is more like assistive AI, right? You're asking an AI to do certain things, it performs certain actions, it's giving you an output, right? Now,
Yeah.
future forward, right? I'm happy that you could think in this direction, but let's say future forward, right? If you really want to make it truly agentic, right? You need to
Mhm.
make it autonomous. You need to make it more and more autonomous, right? Now, if you talk about from a product landscape, if you talk about an enterprise landscape, right? Ideally, what should really happen? Let's say hypothetically an agent is running behind the scenes, it's looking at your
Mhm.
pipelines, it's identifying, let's say I need to research this company, it's a new lead that I have got. It uses all, it scrapes the data from the internet, it scrapes the data, from within the systems that are there, if it's an existing customer or whatever marketing platform or CRM that we uses, right? Then
Mhm.
it kind of prepares a summary, then it also analyzes, oh, there is a shift, right? And then it brings in the human in the loop. It also creates a record in CRM, right? That's called
Yeah.
agentic, right? So that's
Okay.
where you truly deliver value when it comes to agentic AI, right?
Right,
Creating
sir.
an AI agent and saying it is an agentic AI, that's where a lot of pitfall always happen, right? So
Okay.
always keep that as a distinction in your mind. That is really something where we need lot of atomicity, or it is something that you need a human to say this is what I need to do, and then it will give you a result, right? And the reason
Uh-huh.
we said is to compare with the ChatGPT result is if you kind of type it the same thing there, it kind of gives you the similar result, right?
True.
It needs to drive an
Yeah.
action. What is that action it is driving is important, right? So I would rather say
Mhm.
that your problem statement, right, and your value proposition could have been little better.
Sure. Noted, sir.
Yeah.
Now, yeah, sorry,
Yes,
any
someone was.
No, I think point taken, Kshitij.
yeah. And then by the way, I like the way you guys presented. I think the agentic AI that I think you were using Dama, right, to prepare your
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
very neat. So
Sure.
full marks on that, right? But start
Thank
doing more execution and less of, I
you.
would
Sure.
I would say, less on the content or theory, but more on practice.
Uh-huh.
But thank you.
Sure. Sure. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Siddhi ma'am.
Yeah. So I'm actually going to take a step back on the problem statement which you guys have picked, right? So if you look at the user persona, which is a senior product manager, why would they use this versus using like a Gemini, deep research, or equivalent tools? Like what would really nudge them to use this?
Uh, yeah. I mean, a lot of companies still are not allowing to use access, right? Like to the tools that are external to them. So they could build this internally if I think they have access to Langflow,
And
and then
we were also planning to give the knowledge base or the competitive analysis reports in the future to respective agents so that where RAG-based systems are used in terms of particular agents for making decision making. I mean, that is where this makes a difference because with respect to Gemini or ChatGPT, it is going to be very generic. So while this giving connections or RAG-based or knowledge-based to particular agent, that is where this is going to make an impact. It's not going to be generic, but it is going to be with respect to that particular domain or particular segment.
Got it. So I don't necessarily agree with the first explanation where access is an issue. So if we are looking at senior product managers, I mean they would typically be in digital natives or big techs, right? So or any technology company. So if it is a truly tech first company, why would they stop access, right? Additionally, they would typically be tied into some hyperscaler, which would be like a Microsoft, like an Azure stack or a GCP or AWS, right? Because of which they would have their own ecosystem. So if I'm tied to an Azure stack, I would have Copilot where, I have some out of the box agents which also speak to my knowledge base. So I'm still trying to understand why would somebody use this. But anyways, fair point. We can, move ahead from this.
Uh, uh, Thank you, ma'am. So I would like to look at the scores for the team. How much you would like to give out of 5, ma'am?
Sorry, does this have to be verbalized or is there like
No.
You can tell it out loud. Out of 5.
Yeah, I would give 3.
Okay, thank you. Samir sir?
Yeah, I was thinking 3 too.
Kshitij sir?
Yeah. I'll just tell you, I arrived at 2.5 out of 5, right? And I'll tell you why. Problem and opportunity could have been better, right? The persona, as Siddhi said, I completely agree. I think it could have been little more better. I see that you could have done more autonomous and decision making in the AI agent to make it more value driven. So I would rather rate value as like 2 out of 5. Design on the slides, conclusions, workflow, and task mapping that you have presented was really good. Average it out to 2.5 out of 5, right? But you guys can do much better. Thank you.
Sure. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you.
So audience, it's time for you to vote for the team. So there's a QR scanner on your screen. Scan it and vote for the presentation. So you have next 20 seconds to vote.
And while the voting goes on, Manoj, if you could like share the link of your agentic AI, I would love to use it because competitive analysis is something that we regularly do as PM. So if it can be much
Yeah,
better than the existing tools, then I would love to use it.
sure, Samir. Like it's built on this AstraDB Langflow. I'll see how I can like public share that link.
Sure.
I have downloaded JSON with me.
Yeah, the JSON should work. You can just share the JSON
Okay.
across, and people can put it as part of their length.
Oh,
That
great. I'll do
I
that.
mean, one of the best ways to get feedback is to like share it out with actual users, and when they start using it, even if it's like start off with free version, right? And then people use it, they give feedback, you improve, and then you can maybe take it
Absolutely.
forward. I mean, it doesn't just have to be a capstone project. It could be like the starting of a company. I mean, or a side opportunity for you. Who knows where it will lead?
Sure. Noted.
Because
Noted.
the problem it's solving is a huge pain point, because competitive analysis takes a lot of time to do and it's difficult to do well, and it's something that every PM has to do, every PM, every strategy person has to do. So it's a good enough problem to solve.
Agreed, Samir. Thank you. Sid, I'm unable to. I don't think I have access. Could you share that, Sid? I sent it to you.
I will share it with
Thank you. Thank you.
yeah. So it's time to look at the scores for the team. Yeah. Thank you so much, audience, and thank you, team, for the wonderful presentation. So next up, we have Karupaya and Apur. Hi, team.
Hi, Shid. Thank you.
Yeah. I'm just giving you access. You can share the screen now. Yes.
Sure. The screen is visible?
Yes, it is visible. Hello. Yeah. Once you start introducing yourself, I'll start the timer. All the best.
Yeah, thank you. Hope the screen is visible to everyone. So first of all, thanks the product leadership team to provide the next level. Once again, thanks for all the juries who came for the weekend as well. And I'm the only one which is who is available to present here. The other team members they have the other tasks. So so here we are providing the AI-powered ideas of knowledge-based agent-driven automation. So why we are using that AI apps driven automation for this? So it will fetch us the relevant KBs using the similarity as well as the embeddings and create the structured draft KBs using the AWS Bedrock Sonnet. We are using the currently AWS Bedrock Sonnet 4.0. And previously we used to have the other versions like 3.7 as well as the Opus, but we could not see the proper and the structured one. So currently we are using the Sonnet 4.0 and it will ensure the compliance as well as the accuracy and the completeness. That's why we are using this model. And the manages the end-to-end life cycle of the KBs, like who has to create that and approve and publish and retired and end-to-end feedback also we are taking up. And the problem description is currently we are using, most of the organization, we are using the manually we are creating the KBs as well as it is the time consuming job and it is inconsistent. And often whenever we are using the any kind of agent cannot find the relevant articles and for the incidents or any other ITSM tools or any other things. And it would be the operational KBs remains trapped as well as in the charts or any other tickets, as well as lag of governance leads and outdated or the duplicate KBs. And here the product overview, we are using the rack like there are 4 to 5 agents which we are using here, autonomous agents as well as the rack model. And we are building using the Bedrock, as I have mentioned that Bedrock 4.0. Sonnet 4.0, which we are using that to generate and build it with embeddings. So this is the high-level architecture, which you can see that the user, once they have entered into that ITSM, so first it will retrieve that based on the ticket, whether it would be any relevant KBs. Currently, we are providing only the top 3 relevant KBs based on the scoring as well as the similarity. And if the KBs or relevant KBs, which is not available, we are providing the option using the fallback, like generate the KBs based on the description, summary, and we are providing the other options like work log, notes, and feedback as well. And once the KB articles, the top 3 KBs which are all providing, the user who is using or working in the ticket. Oh, just a minute. Someone is calling. So who is working on the ticket, if the user is satisfied with that, he will apply the KBs into the ticket. And once they have applied in future auditing purpose or someone in future who is working on the ticket, easily they can identify that based on which KBs they have resolved the ticket. Based on that, which KB they have provide the resolution to the end users like. So we are using the generator agent to generate the KBs And the validator agent, it will validate and provide the proper or the relevant KBs to that. And the publisher agent, it will publish based on the who is reviewing and approving and published. So here you could see that the agentic, the workflow here, based on that which we have mentioned in the architecture as well. So which are all agent we are using that, what is the purpose we are using here. And who are all will be the target persona and unmet needs. So whole IT service desk agents as well as the knowledge manager, and who are all working on the apps as well as the complaints lead. So quick access to the relevant solutions as well as the automated draft creations and governance and traceability with approval workflow for the business leaders and real-time visibility for the KB utilizations. And we are providing the complaints and governance integration like based on the region wise. What they have selected based on the region, we are providing the SOC 2 complaints or GDPR, or HIPAA, or PII and PHI. Because whenever they are generating the KBs as well as whenever they are providing any work log or notes or feedback, it should automatically identify any of the complaints and how to redact that. In our production, which we are providing that, how to redact as well. And based on the audit logs also, who has reviewed, who has generated that, either system generated or manually they have generated the KPs, and who has done the validation and who has done the published for the specific KPs. Also, here we are providing the RBAC level, role based, only the admin roles, admin privileges who is having that, they can generate that, they can review and they can approve and publish that. Others, only they can review and view that. What is the business value impact? Based on this automated AI-based KB, the faster resolutions like MTTR, it is reduced 40% and continuous learning based on each tickets with enriched KBs. And we are using the human fallback mechanism based on the explainable RCA fix and recommendations, as well as they have to review and publish. Also the governance auto retirement based on just like that, whichever KBs which is created either automated way or manually, which is not reviewed and published more than 30 days or 60 days based on the customer requirements, we are retiring that permanently, we are deleting that. Also, which is published but which is not used more than 30 days or 60 days. This is also based on the customer requirements. In UI itself, we are providing the option to select that either 30 days or 60 days. We are moving back to the draft, which I have mentioned that the validation based on the validator agent, it will do that. Based on that, how the AI drafts, which is providing to the top 3 relevant KBs, as well as how to reducing that, the time and reviewer corrections based on the feedback loop, and based on the accuracy and how to improve that based on the feedback which we are receiving from the end users, and we are improving that. So these are the agents which we are using it, the retriever agent, generator agent, validator agent, as well as the governance and feedback loop.
Balu, sorry to interrupt. You are left with 3 minutes.
Sorry?
You are left with 3 minutes, Balu.
Yeah, sure. So let me take to the demo. So currently we are using the Python script with the streamlined dashboards. So here you could see that total KBs and which are all, how many KBs are draft, how many is published already, how many are already linked with the ticketing. So here you could see that here we are providing the work clock and note and feedback. They can save that relevant KBs based on the similarity. User satisfied with any of the top 3 KBs, they can apply the KBs and automatically it will link to the specific KBs to the specific ticket. Even though the user not satisfied based on the work log, notes and feedback, they can generate that based on all 5 combination. Automatically it will generate that KBs and it will be moved to the draft KBs. In the draft KBs also, we are providing the user who is reviewing and approving and publishing the fallback human intervention, we are calling it, and they can save it and they can publish the KB articles. Once it is published, you could see that any specific ticket already linked with the specific KBs, you could see. Someone they have mapped or linked, we can move to the back to the draft. That option also we are providing based on the human intervention. And here we are providing the, as I have mentioned, that based on the customer requirements, we are moving to the 30 days or the retention like 30 days or 60 days. Automatically the script, it will execute and it will move to the draft or retired based on the published or draft mode. Here one more value added, the proactive tracker, which you could see that based on the severity and confidence level, which one already the occurrence, based on the occurrence, how many tickets already linked with a specific KBs, you could see the details with the severity based scorings. And here the linked KBs, you could see that the specific KBs linked with a specific ticketing. If you want to unlink, we are providing the option to unlink also. And as I have mentioned that the audit lags for the future auditing purpose, as well as the often they want to see that who has reviewed, who has created that, either automatically system generated or someone they have created manually. So they can add it, they can use that audit logs and they can export the in production. We are providing the option to export and share with the customers. And here we are providing the, if the customers, they have that already, the KBs, either CSV format or the JSON format, we are providing the option to browse and they can upload their files. Automatically, it will be available in the draft KBs. Yep, that's all. Thanks to everyone.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you, Balu. So let's hear from the juries. First off, Kshitij sir, your feedback and any questions to the team.
Yeah, I have a few questions though, Balu, right? And
Yes, please.
you are the only one from your team, you said.
You're right.
Ah, lovely. And I kept hearing KB, so I was fully plugged into your conversation. So tell me so let's say, does your system only suggest the KB articles or does it automatically or autonomously apply solutions also within those articles?
Yes, see, here we can apply the, in production, we are providing the option in the left sidebar, automatically it should apply the KBs. And some of the customers, they don't want to apply automatically. That option manually they have to apply that. There are 2 options which we are planning to provide here.
Okay. So basically every time there is a possibility to apply a solution, there is a human intervention to decide whether, so it's always human in the loop.
Yeah, both. Yes, right.
Okay. I think this problem seems to be very near and dear to you. Is that true? Like, have you experienced this knowledge base or KB articles issue in an enterprise capacity to be caused a lot of confusions and problems?
Yep. See, there are 2 things. Most of the customers, manually only we are creating the KBs. And there are even for the who are all working on the ops team, they could not able to relate or relevant KBs. They could not able to identify and apply that. That is one thing. And another one thing, like it will take the time consumed job. Also, here also which we have identified like the whenever we are generating, automatically, whenever we are generating the KBs, it is generating more tokens. That's why for each ticketing, whenever they need, they can generate for this specific ticket with a specific KBs, they can generate that. So while it is generating the KBs with tokens also, it would be less based on the customers. There are two options. Automatically, it will generate for all the KBs based on the description, summary, and feedback, as well as workload and notes. And another option which we are providing based on the token, which to reduce that cost as well. So we are providing the manually they can generate whenever they need. They can generate, click on the just generate that option, and it will provide the based on all combination, the new KBs it would be generated and it would be available in the KB drafts.
Okay. Okay, understood. Understood. Okay. So if you ask me, right, and I, by the way, genuinely I know this is a problem in the industry today, right? And the problem is just not related to ITSM, but in
Anywhere.
general, right? We have so much data, we have so much Excels, we have so much files, right? The information is buried into our systems, but again, whenever we need it, we never find it. It's like home, right? Something is lost at home. Whenever you need it, you will not see it. Every other day it will be in front of you, but whenever you need it, you don't find it, right?
Right.
So I like the idea about AI powered, KB recommendation. I think it's genuinely useful, right? However, right, just to be precise, I think we need to up level the thought on this a little more, right? It's right now, if you ask me, it's you are trying to build more like an intelligent search engine,
Right.
right?
Yep.
It's not really agentic in nature, right? It can do wonderful job. It will do all cosine similarity searches. You will find KB articles. People can generate. So that goes to generative AI capabilities. But one thing which I truly missing to really understand is where the agentic AI nature is in the solution, right? So think forward a little more, right? Traditional AI and generative AI very useful in your solution. Figure out a way where you can make it really agentic, right? Like find out or show like a way where system could automatically apply solutions, as you said. Some solutions can be automatically applied, some where you can keep Lumen in the loop, some solutions where you have to keep Lumen on the loop, some solutions where you will keep humans only in case of exceptions, right? So more and more towards that makes it truly agentic, right? Else it's another generative AI for document generation and information or more like intelligent search for the KB articles. So that would be my feedback to you.
Sure, definitely. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Kshitij sir. Let's hear it from Samir sir.
Hey, Balu, thanks for the presentation. So knowledge base can be of two types. One is, hey, this is how the system works, and another is a more of a playbook for troubleshooting, right? Saying that, hey, these are the kind of common issues. If this happens, this is what you should check, and if based on what you find, this is the solution. Which kind of KB are you talking about?
So currently here, the existing based on the ticket whatever we have, based on the ITSM specific or any other issues whatever we are receiving based on the ticketing.
So it's a
currently we are
collection
applying
of previous issues and their resolutions.
Yes.
Okay. Could you show me a little bit more detail on the incident, and when it suggests to do something, can I see the detail of what it is exactly doing? Because I'm only seeing one line, so I don't know what exactly what the step it's taking.
The similarity which.
Okay, so you say root cause analysis is there is an auto scaling delay, right? Now, what the resolution steps is saying applied fix for auto scaling delay. What is that fix that you're applying?
That is currently the sonnet in our organization, whatever I'm using, that is all weekends they are shutting down. So for the cost, so that's why I could not able to use this. Else, the detailed RCA with the resolution, fixed recommendation, everything it will show in proper data.
Sorry, I didn't get that. So you're saying that that data was not available for you to put in
Yes.
this tool? Is that what you're saying? Okay.
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay. Okay.
Else,
So
it would be providing in detailed view of what is that RCA, what is that resolutions and recommendation, what is the fix. Also, in past, is there any relevant one which they have applied, and based on the feedback also, it is what it is. Am I audible?
yes.
For okay.
You were, now you aren't.
Okay.
Balu, it's fine. You can go ahead. Balu?
I think he's breaking up in
Yeah,
between.
I thought someone is.
No, you can go ahead, Balu. Balu, you're able to hear us?
I think there's a connection issue.
I think looks like, yeah, there's some connection
Okay.
issue.
Right. So usually what happens in ITSMs is that, so this is essentially a support function, and usually for support functions you will have a playbook that says that, hey, these are common issues that are found, and these are the and usually the playbook will cover 70% of the cases, and these are common things to look at, and how you go about fixing them, and somebody who has spent a little bit of time doing it will know what to do. This is helpful. This kind of thing will be helpful in the cases where the person is new, or the kind of issue that has happened is a rare case, for which there is no prior instance of an issue happening. However, it can go and look at documentation and figure out from the documentation. But I don't think he has that. Balu has mostly from prior issues. So the first
No,
case
audible?
is the only case
Sorry.
where it is applicable. And I do echo what Kshitij is saying, is that it's essentially a AI-powered search. Not to say it's not valuable, but it's not an agentic AI in the end. So I think after all of the presentations I've done, I will give a really good example of what an agentic AI use case is, and I think that'll help you guys understand what exactly an agentic AI is and how is it different from the regular AI powered stuff. So, all right, thank you, Balu. Over to you, Siddhi.
Yeah, thank you. Sorry, it was disconnected. The Wi-Fi has disconnected, and I have rejoined. Sorry.
Siddhi ma'am, what?
Yeah. So I echo the sentiments of my fellow panelists, right? So I have an observation and a question. So one is, I think the problem statement definitely is relevant, and I can see a lot of adjacent problem statements where the proposed solution can also be applicable, right? And I'm also seeing it in some of the initiatives we take up within our organization. Now, coming to the solution, so I think definitely a very relevant problem statement. So coming to the solution, right? So Balu, why have you gone for the top three KB recommendations, and what is truly going to influence the sequence of these recommendations? Right. So why
this,
top three, and like what is going to power this?
so top three mean that is relevant KBs based on the similarity as well as the scoring. Why we are providing the top three? So either previously we have the any kind of based on the KBs, right? Based on the description and summary, or including the what we have generated based on the workload notes and feedback, what we have generated already. So it will check that the embeddings based on that the prompting, it will check that. which is very similar, which is very relevant. So that's why we are providing the top 3. And so, another one customer currently, which we are working for that, they have requested for at least so for top 5. Just we have just one of the small client, they have requested for that. And based on this similarity also, how for we have applied any of the ticketing already, like which KBs, which is scoring level already in the more than 85 or 90, but which is not applied previously. Also, one another things which we are implementing here, already we have applied, and within a week, the same issue has occurred. So we could not able to consider as a top 3 then, because already we have applied, but we got that same issue occurred. So it will reduce the scoring as well as the similarity level. That is also we are implementing.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have one more question. So, based on the feedback you have received so far, if you had to change one approach in your solution, right, what would you do?
Feedback, yeah. Based on the feedback, like someone, they already, based on the ticketing, based on the KBs already, the top 3 which is available, but the user not satisfied with that. They said that we have reduced some of the like CPU utilization. Like one of the temporary files they have removed based on the KB, whatever the top 3 KBs. But still the same issues persist. They could not able to resolve that. And work log also they have mentioned that. Something like some of the instance they have restarted, or some of the part they have restarted, but still the same issue is there. They could not able to resolve that. That's why we are providing the option to generate based on the feedback, based on the work log and notes. It will generate based on whatever they have mentioned. Based on that, it will regenerate that new KBs.
No, that was not
Also,
my
once they
question.
have resolved,
My
sorry.
question was based on the feedback you have received from the jury, right, so far. What would
Oh,
you
sorry.
change
Here,
within
okay.
your solution? Like one thing which you
So, like,
would want to change.
um, based on the here, based on the current observation, like
Yes,
we
yes.
have to improve specific for the agentic based for all the places, and whatever we have provided the fallback loop as well as the governance and everything. So we have to improve on that, on the agentic specific.
Okay, I'm cool right now.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you, Siddhi ma'am. So let's look at the scores. Samir sir, how much would like to you to team out of 5?
I'll give 2.
Okay. Kshitij sir?
Yeah, 2.
Okay. Siddhi ma'am?
I'll give a 2.5.
Yeah. Thank you, juries.
Thank you.
Audience, I'll bring up the QR scanner on the screen. It's time for you to vote for Balu. Just give me a second. Yeah. You have next 20 seconds to vote.
Balu, one thing which I forgot to mention, right? I like the scaling approach that you talked about in terms of finding the tokens and all.
Yes.
So that is good, right? Yeah, you were spot on. I didn't really like the overall governance. I think you need to do a little bit more thinking on that, right? And I'm just
Sure.
telling you how I rated you. I like the problem statement, the persona, very useful, the value to the designing, all of that. I think spend more times in terms of scaling, governance, right? Really
Sure.
making like true agentic, I would say. That's when you will deliver the actual value. So those are the 3 areas we need to do some work on.
Sure. Thank you.
It's time to look at the audience scores. Yeah. Thank you, audience, and thank you, Balu, for the presentation. So next up, we have, and this will be the last presentation for today. We have Tarak, Avijit, and Sandeep. Hi, team.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi, sir.
Yeah. Let me know who will be sharing the screen. I'll just give the access.
Yeah, I will be sharing the screen.
Sandeep, right? Yes. Yeah, Sandeep, you should be able to do it now. Yeah, all the best, team. Once you start introducing yourself, let's start the time.
Thank you. Is my screen visible?
Yes.
Yes. Thank you. Yeah. Vijit, you can start.
Yeah. Hello, Jerry, and everyone on the call. I'm Abhijit Ghadge, along with Sandeep and Tarak. We are presenting this agentic AI workflow for the go-to-market and marketing teams. I would be giving the overall product overview, problem statement, and persona studies, and Sandeep will take you deeper into the product, and Tarak will give you the demo. So, consider you are into a battlefield and you only have a gun in your hand which you only able to operate. So enemies are popping up from here and there, and you have no idea where to shoot. So in that scenario, you have a patrolling team who would go ahead of you and spot the enemies and give you the information where they are, what their weapons are, how many people strength. Then now you are in a much better situation to fight that battle. So the same thing happens with the teams we have who, on a daily basis talk to the clients, customers. So there are a lot of random calling happening through every company, and all of a sudden a response appears to these teams. And maybe at sometime I'm also one of these part of one of these teams. We have a meeting in 15 minutes and 30 minutes. So these people really do not have the time to prepare for that, conversation. So what happens is there is a time pressure. You are already dealing with a lot of people. So this particular product will help. You have to give the company information, their key people URLs, and this agentic flow at the back will fetch all the company informations and the relevant people information, their possible problems, and it will map along with the offers you have. So you are in certainly a very good situation now to attend that meeting and get the positive outcome in your end because you are very thoroughly prepared, like what the other person could be looking at, what are their strengths, what could they be lacking, and all these things. So you're playing with the raw and cluttery data versus very specific strategies which these agents will draft for you so that you can attend those meetings very confidently and clearly. So, on an overview of the product thing, we have like before going to the overview stuff, there is like a typical persona of we have said Tara, which is an executive who would be calling out to the people, taking the initial calls and meetings and all. So whenever these things comes up, she go to these lead Jenny agentic AI and put in the company details, the executive details, based on the different uh, information available on internet, maybe the web or LinkedIn, and so it comes out with the nice brief for this particular agent under 5 to 10 minutes, and then this lady is good to go. So this product is in the two parts, like block one and block two. That's what we call them. First one is the discovery phase, where you just give it into the input, and the agents will fetch the information available. And other thing is block two, where this information is mapped along with the product offerings you have, and then give the comprehensive short report for that particular agent to who can do the meetings. For the detailed overview, I'll hand it over to Sandeep.
Yeah, thank you, Abhijit. So it starts simple, like the representative just enters the company details and the LinkedIn URL of that particular executive. From there, our agents takes over, discovering company data, leadership's insights, tech stacks, and news, all verified and cited. So next will be the profiling agents, builds clear and executive profile. Then will be the mapping agents, where they connect those needs directly to your product values, answering why this person should care. Once that is done, then it will be the strategy generation agent, each with the impact hypothesis, engagement idea, and discovery knobs. Then it will be execution agent, where it will prepare ready to use assets with the detailed report. So in less than 10 minutes, representative like moves from cold lead to strategic conversation. So what great looks like. So first we deliver the detailed report. Then next you get the three strategy cards. So with tailored play, impact hypothesis, and engagement strategy. And last one, like last mile asset, a quick dossier. This is your go-to summary, like concise, professional, and ready right before the meeting. So it ensures that the representative sounds informed, confident, and personalized. So every single time. So key differentiators are trust and precision. So unlike generic AI copilots, our system focuses on judgment, context, and traceability. There are citation everywhere. Every insight is backed by verified source and URL. No assumptions are made. Executive aware strategies. So each plan is tailored to the specific CXOs, goals, and mindsets. Explicit need offer mapping. So this links your product value directly to executive priorities. So representatives understand the why behind every play. As an impact speaks himself, like time to brief. Under 10 minutes, you will get the complete brief. That is also cited brief. So sorry, okay, meeting set rate like noticeably uplift within like 30 to 45 days, like it will increase to 20%. Win rate will be higher, like 60 to 90 days. And auditability, yes, every insight has a last one citation. That's why, like, ensuring accuracy and confidence, that means the complete transparency, traceability, and there will be an zero hallucination. So I'll move to Tarak from the for demo. So Sid, can you please allow access to Tarak to provide the demo?
Sure. Just give me a second. Yes, Tarak, you should be able to share the screen now.
So I'll quickly give you a walkthrough of the platform that eventually evolved in the due course of this entire training that I had done. So initially it was a brief idea, and then we evolved it into...
Tarak, you should put off your camera. He is in some remote place, so
right.
you're not audible.
Tarak, I think your slide also
Generally generation
sure.
Followed by lead.
Tarak, can you hear us? Actually, you can turn off your camera.
Am I audible?
You're audible, but you're breaking up, and your slide also yet to come up on the screen.
Hello.
Maybe you can turn off your camera.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, you can turn off your camera just to save some bandwidth. Yeah.
Sure. Am I audible now?
Yes, you're audible.
I guess there is some lag in the reception at my end. Yeah, is my screen visible now?
Yes.
Yes. Yeah, you can go ahead.
Okay. So a generic GTM cycle generally starts with lead generation. Once the leads are identified, we qualify the leads depending upon the ICP criteria, right? And once we identify the qualified lead, we define a problem statement that we would want to pitch them, and then eventually get involved in the process for creating the proposal, right? So during our last hands-on project program, we presented CXO researcher agent, which has now again evolved into something broader. So I'll give a brief walkthrough of CXO researcher agent, and then give you a detailed walkthrough on the org chart mapper agent, which is built upon CXO researcher. So, yeah. So this was for a particular CXO profile for the Nielsen company, Nielsen Holdings, named Akhil Parekh, right? So as showed, as discussed, right, it takes input via an chat-based interface. So there is a tool that we have integrated called as Ask User Loop tool, which generates this queries based on predefined prompt at the backend, right? So we take inputs as company name, the executive name, the executive title, and LinkedIn URL. Based on the details that have been provided, we perform multi-source search. So say about multi-source search, it includes LinkedIn profile scraping. It includes the articles that have been cited publicly about that persona. It includes the company website and so on. So the fetched URL is then fed to a research agent, which kind of extracts the LinkedIn URL, right? Feeds it internally to the tool, and then generates a brief on the inside content that is available on its profile, right? So once this is done, what it does next is that it generates queries for internet search, uh, uh, like performs internet search basis on the queries that are there, and shortlists the URL based on the probability score. Then it creates a detailed career overview, right? This is then followed by a suite of agents, right? So there is a kind of agent that we have for each different sections, right? To identify what are the kind of vision and summaries, the public presence summary, and so on. So I'll quickly give you a walkthrough of the report itself. So it starts with a brief career overview of the executive. Why this section is particularly necessary, because that helps us to sync with the right alum from our current organization to that CXO. So that helps bringing that particular colleague who shares a common background even improves the probability of success in the sales pitch. Right? This is then followed by strategies and vision summary, and what impact his initiatives would have created on Nielsen particularly. This is then followed by a quick a dossier on public presence, right? So yeah, the details on this, the success metrics across the organizations that he had worked upon, his personality traits, and based on this personality traits, personal backgrounds, that includes cultural background, the inspirational figures, career defining moments, values, and brief. We give quick insights on relationship and strategy insights, right? And this is then followed by quick dossier on how to build rapport with that particular persona. This is then followed by a disc profile, which is the standard framework that is used org-wide in my current organization to identify like how we should engage with a particular profile. So that includes dominance, influence, consciousness, and steadiness. And then a quick summary on the entire CXO. So this was CXO. I'll quickly jump and give you the walkthrough to what this CXO profile has evolved into. So this is the Codera.
Tarak, sorry to interrupt. So time up. Maybe you can use another 60 seconds to summarize with whatever is left.
Sure. So now what it does, the CXO researcher agent that we had developed worked on an individual persona, but now org chart mapper transitions it into the entire org level. What it does is that it takes the inputs, right, along with the department that we would like to target. It creates an org chart. So we have integrated market available tools, including Zoom Info and so on, wherein we retrieve this data and craft an org chart for them. Further, we feed this data to retrieve their personal details. And this is further fed to create a persona brief of individual personas that are available, right? So top 4 personas which we should be talking first is identified over here. and then we create a map on like what are the GTM strategy recommendations we could have, right? So that includes a classification of personas into key decision makers, strategic influencers, executive, and the phases in which we should align engagement. So including executive alignment, technical and product deep dive, decision unit formation, and the final is the decision making hierarchy. So as I said, the once the necessary personas are identified, they are classified into this criteria: influencer, champions, and all. So based on this, the later part of the report is generated. So yeah, that's it on the demo.
Thank you, team. So would like to hear from juries now. Siddhi ma'am.
Yeah, I really like how the problem statement was laid out, articulated, and also presented, right? I think this is the closest we've come to an agentic solution. So in this session, right? So on the org mapper agent, right? So team, how would you like? How is the classification of key decision makers happening? Like, what are some of the inputs which are influencing that?
So initially, once you shoot out these cold emails or cold calls or whatever, so
Right.
you
So
I think Abhijit, there's some lag with Tarak, I guess.
should I
Maybe you
take a
can
stab at it, Abhijit?
yeah,
I
pardon
think
me?
he's back now. Yeah, I think he
Yeah,
can
yeah,
speak.
yeah, yeah, Tarak.
Yeah,
Okay.
sure.
So,
So what it generally does, Siddhi. Okay, I guess
so
there's some.
yeah,
Yeah.
I'll cover that. So once you have, you at least have the company information, and you can search through the LinkedIn's and get those, key decision makers, LinkedIn IDs and URLs, and then you can put those information about whatever information you have about that company. So you put that into these agents, and then you get these comprehensive reports. So that's why
The
the
next
5 to 10 minutes. Yeah.
Okay, sure. My next question is, see this mapping the org hierarchy, right?
Mm.
For that stakeholder and where do they sit? I think what you've shown is a good example, but if you had to really improve it, what would
Mm.
you do with this? Like, what would this agent really have to do to ensure that you're really close to the real org hierarchy as much as possible?
Again, LinkedIn comes to the help. Like a lot of companies who have their LinkedIn profiles as company, they have these organizational hierarchies. So we can get those organizational hierarchies from the LinkedIn pages. Plus the websites also we do put into these agents, so they get the information from the websites as well. The public domain, web searches as well. So it's not only LinkedIn; it's the whatever information which is available on the internet. You can search and you can get those information as fragment and then make that report.
Okay. My last question is, did you guys benchmark what you are proposing against existing tools which are available in the market for this?
No. I at least I don't. Tarak, do you have anything on this?
Yeah. So the thing is that we have benchmarked it with two tools. Essentially, there is a tool called as Apollo.io, which is
Correct.
widely used by the sales ops personas, right?
Yep.
And there
Yep.
was Zoom Info that is publicly available too, right? So Zoom Info is widely used in our organization, and we use it for
Tarak, maybe you
directed
can
targeting
go off camera just to save some bandwidth.
for entire sales operations, right? So while doing this analysis, right, we did comparative analysis in two formats. So we took a two-way approach. One is the cost efficiency, and the second approach was regarding correctiveness of the information, right? So the erstwhile tools like Lucia, Apollo.io
Yeah.
had a kind of like inaccuracy in terms of data, and they were comparatively higher when we talk about the API pricings, right? So we saw that Zoom Info particular better results, right? Which is industry accepted tool, right? So again, like better insights, not only limited to the org chart, but also overall dossier about the organization. So many criteria with pricing as one of the important criteria, and availability of API for agentic integration. So yeah.
Okay, I did not get a lot of it, but I'll hand it over to the other jury members to continue with this.
Yeah. Thank you, ma'am. Let's hear it from Samir sir.
Hi. So I'm trying to understand what you're doing. So you get the profile of all the executives, what their interests are, and what ways in which you can connect to them are. After that, what do you do? Do you? I did not fully capture that part.
So
No, see, yeah.
yeah,
After that,
Abhishek.
yeah. Actually, once you have the information about that particular company and what sector they're in, how good you can map your product against their needs. So it is just to prepare that executive for that meeting. So to conduct the meeting is on the executive's expertise still, but you just feed him the right kind of information so that how to what this person is all about. Like even before this presentation, we have been shared with the brief information about you three guys. So we know who is coming, what could be the interest, where you guys are from. So once I'm talking business, I would really need to understand what the other person would be looking for. It's not just explaining my technical stuff. Like I need to understand where I can fit my product into your needs. It's not like what I can do. It's like how can I help? So based on that, this product is being formed. So
Right.
unless I will, give hundreds of pages of information about my technical product and it's not relevant to you, then you're not interested. So to
Right.
keep that relevance, this is useful.
Right. Okay. So you're kind of okay. I get that. But do you also does your tool also ingest information about the seller's company product, and then does the mapping between the problems that the customer might have and the solution that you have and how it fits in and how to talk about that, and that game plan, does it generate that, or
Yeah, yeah,
is
yeah,
that the next step?
yeah. So it creates the three strategy cards. Like it
Ah,
creates an option like how the other person might approach, or what could be their needs, where you can fit in those needs and all that. So the agent who is doing the marketing or the sales call is well aware, like if he has to shift, like something is not working, then he don't have to rethink on the call what next I should pitch. So he already has a few things in mind where he can shift his tracks and try to get the deal closed.
hmm. And have you thought of a feedback mechanism where the seller, or whoever the executive, not executive has two meanings, the person who's selling can then say, hey, this approach did not work, but this will work, and
Yeah,
that feedback.
that Samir is actually a very practical I mean situation. we can't, I mean, even we are not claiming that it will work 100% of the times. Sometimes, you might come up with a very different mind frame and looking at a very different thing. This is what we can do as an assistant. So this is something we can just predict based on the data available uh, on the open platform. I mean, if Google is planning something new to develop, it is not on the open platform, then there is no way the other person will be able to, connect on those grounds. That's it.
Could you quickly please show me the last few slides, the ones after you have done the what's it called, the evaluation of the CEO and what it's like, the ones after that, just quickly, like 2 seconds on each slide, just so that I
Yeah.
get the
Sandeep,
whole
can you
picture again,
please?
please.
You wanted to see particularly from the CXO profile or
After that, the steps after that.
So the demo, Sandeep, let Tarak share this.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Not able to. Yeah, I stopped the screen. Okay. Tarak, you can share the screen.
I'll just quickly scroll to top. Yeah.
Tarak, you are ready to share the screen.
I am already sharing the screen. Is it not
No,
visible?
no, it's
No,
not
it is
visible. You
not
are ready to share
visible.
this.
Okay, let me share it again.
Yeah.
Is it visible now?
Yeah, it's coming up.
Getting there,
It's on the way. Yeah.
Yes.
Stop.
Apologies for the poor network.
Strategies, vision, summary. Okay, career overview. Yeah, just jump down to when towards the end where it says this is what you should talk to the executive about.
The rapport building section, right?
Yeah. I think it's towards the bottom 1/4 or so.
At his end, he might have reached there, but it will take some teleportation time.
It's kind of like looking at the stars and seeing the past. Huh?
Yeah. So we are practically like teleportation happening here.
Yeah. We're traveling in time. Okay, rapport stuff. Yeah, cool. Start experience. Good. Yeah, this is what I was looking for. This is this profile, okay? Yeah, we don't have to read it. I just wanted to see what all the sections you have.
Okay.
This.
Any more questions?
Yeah, just wanted to see the last section. What was that? Okay, behavior analysts. After that, what's that? That's it, right? Okay, cool. Thank you so much. Over to Kshitij.
Thank you so much, sir. Over to you, sir. Over to Kshitij, sir.
Absolutely. So yeah, guys, good job. I like the way you guys communicated the problem statement. So that was helpful, but I kind of also started losing you during the solution side, right? And that's where I have few questions. Help me first understand the system architecture. You showed multiple screens, multiple mappers. Just walk me through the system architecture.
Sure. Let me pull my screen. So this entire platform, Genie that you see right now, right, has a list of agents which are defined and developed on another platform which I have developed, which I work as a product manager within my organization called as Codera. So we came up on in Quantify, like we came up with a tool, essentially Codera for like an equivalent to N10 and also available in the markets, right? So what we did is that we came up with an agent garden wherein there are different like ways you could create agents, right? So we wanted to empower our marketing teams, right? So we created two versions of it, right? One is create a new agent wherein like you could just
standard agent creation. Yeah, standard agent creation, the way we do.
And then based on the user input configuration, adding of the sub agents, you could go on adding this agents. Once the agent is created over here, it gets migrated, right? And the migrated agents kind of this is the UAT environment. So the migrated agents kind of appear over here, and you could see the org chat mapper agent which I showcased, right, is now available live for few set of users that are under beta testing for us. So user can click here, get a gist on the agent, and start with the flow.
Got it. Okay.
So it is created and developed on Codera and hosted on Dealgenie because the sales team did not have that acumen of going through the platform UI, which is more developer friendly, right? So we wanted to give them an UI which is more friendly for sales ops point of view.
Understood. Okay. Thanks for clarifying that. Now it makes sense. Tell me, how are you gonna? So one thing which, right, what happens with prospects, right? Every prospect is different, right? And your goal whenever a prospect comes is not always to go to the CXO, right? Because many of the battles are usually won with the foot soldiers. So a lot of prospects, you will be actually working with the foot soldiers. If they are aligned, the CXOs, somehow they'll make sure the CXOs are aligned, right? A lot of times it other way rounds too, right? We have seen both the sides, right? So what my understanding is, the way you are looking at it is like you gave some information about the CXO, you pull that information via LinkedIn and all of that, right? How do you really understand the intent behind that prospect, right? You said we have 15 minutes to prepare. There is a prospect. How is your solution finding the user intent? What is that he wants to really do with this prospect? And it's not always about doing a research.
Right. So like I have a report handy for that as well. So there is another agent that we had developed internally called as account planning agent, right? I'll just quickly pull my screen because this is something where I'm getting to showcase my actual work as well. So yeah, like what we do is that we have the target accounts identified, right? And we have the annual reports and the financial summaries that have been provided. So what it does is that it performs RAG on the annual report, identifies the key pain points, and I'll quickly jump to the report directly in order to give you the gist, like where do we get that problem statements and all of that. So financial outlook, profitability, that is fine. We identify the strategic alignment. So what are the focus area? Starting with the executive financial briefing, what are the finances going? Expansion strategy, what are they advocating? What are the growth vectors that they are focusing upon? Right? What are the governance and workforce analysis they do? Strategic and basis on this, we've identified the business priorities, which are categorized into different categories over here. You could see, right? And this is then further mapped with the strategic priority metrics. This strategic priority metrics is then further analyzed. I'll scroll it a little bit because this report is extensively converted into a detailed PPT, right? So yeah, it has too much of data. But yeah, it identifies value chain and classifies value chain into primary and the secondary activities. And then what it does is that it maps the trends that the organization is following with the AIFD imperatives, right? And once that mapping is done and use cases are identified, we feed in it to another suite of agents that we have. Again, like this is an updated UI version that is coming up. But yeah, so since it is a target account, it moves to this. So the use cases are identified and we fill it to AI Canvas, which is a standardized format that has been proposed by Stanford for AI transformation of any solution or a problem statement. So we create a report out of it. I'll quickly pull that as well.
So no, I think that's not needed, Tarak. But
Yeah,
one thing which I understood it, what with every GTM journey, right? You have a specialized agent who can help in that journey, right?
right.
Yeah.
I have not developed all, but I think that your vision is that, correct?
Right.
Yes. Yes.
And
Okay.
this will be very well integrated into the CRM that we have. So we use Pipedrive as an internal CRM for sales ops, right? So
Yeah,
as the deal moves from one stage to another, there would be automated agent suggestions that would go.
I see. Got it. So then tell me, how is the reinforcement learning going to happen in this?
So again, like since this is in a very nascent stage, right? We have 3 to 4 agents live up there, but there is a mechanism that we follow, right? So what we do generally is that uh, there are tiering of agent when we roll it out to the user. So tier 3 is approved by me, tier 2 is approved by internal SMEs, and tier 1 is when it adopts, when it is well adopted across the organization based on usage and feedback. So once a user runs through an agent, we kind of get feedback from them, and on basis of that we connect with the users one on one. So I have a team who does that user connect, identifies like what needs to be improved, and then that entire cycle loop works. So
Got it. So let me rephrase my question, and the reason and the answer I need from you is with respect to this Skillathon and your vision, not your current experience on Codera that you're doing. Okay.
right.
Now let's say I did all the research, right? Like I think the last step in that research is a report, right? I looked at it. I went to a customer meeting. I understood something, right? And how do I give it back to AI? How do I give it back to the AI? How do I know, or how do I tell AI based on my face-to-face interaction or my virtual interaction with the prospect? What was my experience? How do I give that back to the AI so that I'm very well prepared for my next one? So how would that learning gonna happen?
Right. So again, like we have a B2B offering in terms of Bionic, right? Wherein it is well connected with the connectors of Google Chat, Google Drive, Gmail, and all of that, right? So this reports, when we export it to Google Sheet, automatically gets available on Google Drive, right? So whenever we have an strategic intel meeting with that particular client, we have a dossier that gets generated. So that eventually, when we have all the agents at place, or at max 70% agents at place, we'll be pivoting the strategy to create it as a chat genie, wherein like with few prompts and alerts mechanism, we'll convert this entire platform into an uh, AI bot or a chat bot that can just help with few types like what were the insights from this, what are we planning to pitch them, give me a quick MOM of the last meeting, and all of that. So it would create the entire dossier at a client level that would not only include individual user-led generation, but a subunit level. For example, if it's EMEA team have done something, right? Multiple people would have worked on that account. So all of that account research would get consolidated at a client level, and that there would be a rack functionality that would eventually chat with, so that we get context not only of the report but insights derived from the meetings, the emails, and so.
Okay. So let's say if your sales leader comes and say, I have 50 new prospects, I am going on a vacation, use your AI-powered GTM strategy tool, right? And then I'll come back on Monday, right? What is this tool gonna give me? Will it give me 50 different reports that I am gonna read in the 15 minutes I have before the meeting, or there is something more that this can do? What's your vision on this?
The thing is that, as I said, that this intel would be created at an account level, and within that account level, it will be shared across subunit level, right? So there would be somebody who would be taking care in absence of that particular persona, right? So that strategic intel report will not be requiring to generate all the report, but at a subunit level, that particular second in charge for that particular deal would have already the intel shared with him. The kind of thing happens on Notebook LM, right? We could directly share it with the entire group of personas that we want. So yeah, we are trying to replicate similar functionalities.
Got it, got it. So I'll share a practical wisdom, right? See, I've worked with a lot of GTM teams in the past, right? One thing
Okay.
I've learned is insights without any execution doesn't work. It just creates a bottleneck. We all used to generate a lot of fancy reports that will just sit. No one will is going to read it. The sales team is going to scramble for information, right? So if you really want to make it true agentic GTM, right, solve this by closing the loop to action. How can I
Right.
take action from this, right? Can my system drive an automated action from this, right? So just don't stop at a report part. Would be my
Got it. Got it.
Okay.
This was helpful feedback.
absolutely. And then I think overall, good way that you presented. I would love to see all of these agents coming together as a single unit, which understands my intent, and then it picks up a specialized agent for that. Rather than
Right.
I picking up multiple different specialized agents, that becomes truly helpful from a experience and the product experience perspective.
Right. A swarm of agents basically, which identifies. Yeah.
I just need one agent,
Yeah.
honestly,
Yeah.
right?
Got
Whatever it do behind the scenes is not my problem.
Got it.
All right. Thank you so much, Tarak.
Thank you.
And Sandeep.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Kshitij sir. Let's hear the marks from the jury. Kshitij sir, how much you'd like to give out of five to the team?
Communication was good. 4 out of 5. Problem statement definitely important. Persona, value, design was good. Governance, I was not very convinced. Right, though the team did try to give their thoughts. I think we can do much better there. Right, and then one thing which uh, I would have probably changed it. I would have given my answers, and this specifically, Tarak, for you, I would have given my answers not keeping code era in mind, but keeping the agentic driven automation in mind, right? Because that's where some of your answers had some baggage from the past, right? So if you
Right.
really want to open up and become more visionary, how you can take this to the next level, think a little broader. So overall, but I'm very happy to see that there are multiple specialized agent doing bits and pieces of the work. Let it all come together. 3.5 out of 5.
Thank you, sir. Samir sir?
Yeah, I also will give 3.5 out of 5. The presentation was really good. The problem statement is important. They've figured out and built like multiple different agents. I think this is the first time where we are seeing multiple agents working together, where actually they are different tasks and they absolutely are needed. Would love for it to go further, where like Kshitij very rightly mentioned, just having a report. Not many people read a lot of reports, so having that execution. So it could be the execution focused CRM for the customer, saying that, well, not just CRM, the pre-CRM, where just you start with prospects, right? Sending them emails, answering their questions, engaging with them, designing a solution that solves for them. Right? These are like use cases where this solution can grow to, and so very exciting project. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Siddhima?
Yeah, so I just want to share that yesterday I was in a meeting where this exact problem statement surfaced, and I see why, I will really get deeper into solving it, at least for the meetings I'm a part of. But like, I think you guys picked a really important problem. The way it was laid out and the way you've gone about defining roles of agents, demarcating them, defining what they are expected to do, right? And having very clear boundaries. I think that was really good. It would have been great if, we didn't have that Codera as a base, and if you guys would have, built this from scratch. But anyways, and it would have been good to see couple of more agents in action, to see how you can push the limits on this particular use case. So it's like a 3.5 from my side as well. So good job, team.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Juris. So audience, I'll bring up the QR scanner on your screen. It's time for you to vote for the team. You have 20 seconds to vote for the team. Yeah, let's look at the audience scores for the team. Yeah, thank you, Abhijit, Tarak, and Sandeep. So, thank you, juries, for being part of today's Skillathon. Please accept the certificate of appreciation on behalf of IPL. Kshitij sir, please accept the certificate of appreciation on behalf of IPL. Would like to uh, hear your experience on today's Skillathon.
Yeah, it was good. Actually, honestly, very good. And I was excited to see all the bright minds coming with this area. It's a little, I would say it's not really very well defined. I think that traditional AI, assistive AI, agentic AI, and I think Samir did say that he's going to cover really some with some good simple examples for all of us to understand. So happy to hear that. But I think that's where it becomes more and more valuable, right? Everyone coming together and putting all of this thing in addition to obviously the work and other things that everyone does. So good to see, and then particularly, thanks to my fellow jury members. Love to hear thoughts and sharing their knowledge with all of us. Very helpful and learning experience. And thanks for inviting, Sid.
Yeah, thank you so much, sir. Yeah. Samir sir, please accept the certificate of appreciation on behalf of IPL. We'd love to hear your experience on today's Skillathon. Sir, you're on mute.
Yeah.
Sir, I think there is some bandwidth internet issue.
Yeah. Uh, uh, I really enjoy it. Really appreciate the effort that you guys have put in. Yeah, and like I promised, I'll give unstable network connection. Interesting.
Sir, I think there is some internet connectivity at your end. We can just fix that. In meantime, Siddhi ma'am, please accept the certificate of appreciation on behalf of IPL.
So I really enjoyed this session. An observation from my side is whenever I speak to customers while trying to understand their problem statement, right? A lot of times there is enough confusion on one, what is the real problem to be solved? And second, like, do you solve it with traditional RPA, right? Sometimes just a Python script can solve it instead of leapfrogging towards agentic AI, right? Sometimes it really needs an ML perspective. Sometimes they need AI, classical AI. And in some cases, they really need agentic AI, right? So the customers also struggle with understanding what is their problem and what do they really need for that problem statement. That's why I think both are important. Being able to articulate the right problem and also understand why it's really important to solve it. And the second part is what is the right solution for it, right? Just because a technology exists, should you try to chase it, right? This is a question which I also have to force a lot of people to ask. And also do that for myself. So this is a thought I want to leave all of you with. But anyways, great job done by all the teams. I'm sure this was a good learning experience for all of you. I thoroughly enjoyed it. It was a good like Saturday afternoon for me.
Yeah.
Thanks, Siddhi.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Samir sir, we were
Hey,
not able to hear you back then.
yeah, I'm back. I've switched my network. Is it better now? Good. All right. So, okay, the example that I was talking about. So when do you need an agentic AI? You need an agentic AI when you need multiple different tasks being done for you to solve one particular problem. And such a tool should not exist in the traditional sense today, right? Those are the two conditions, right? And let me give you an example which I think you will all very easily connect with. So the problem statement is plan a holiday for me, right? If I do that right now with a chat GPT or a Gemini, what it'll do is it'll ask me a bunch of questions about my preferences, and then it'll give me an itinerary. I don't need an itinerary. I need you to plan it for me, right? Plan, not just plan, execute it for me. So start off with knowing what I need or what I want. What kind of holidays do I like? What's my budget? What kind of a place do I want to go to? With whom do I want to go to? Right? All of these things. Then do what? Start off with choosing a place, booking the tickets, booking the stay, booking the food, giving me even sightseeing opportunities. What are there? If tickets are there, book that for me. Even going to the extent of setting up my out of office reminder for my colleagues, and even uh, booking the the what's that paid time off in the HR tool, right? All of those together, and then it's kind of like it should be the Donna from Suits, right? You just ask it to do it and it does everything for you, and you just sit back and relax. So that's kind of like the ideal for an AI chatbot, Donna from Suits. I think that's how I look at it.
Yeah. Thank you so much, sir. So we appreciate your time and presence on this platform, all three juries. The insightful feedback and questions will encourage the students to look into the product with more clarity. Now it's time to announce the winner of today's Skillathon. So any guesses? You can unmute yourself and put it on the chat.
Tarak Sawan
Or
and team.
yeah, yeah. So before we announce the Skillathon winners, they get a voucher of 1,000 rupees. And it's time to announce the today's Skillathon winner. Yeah, absolutely. It's Tarak, Abhijit, and Sandeep. Congratulations, team. Well done.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Thank
Team,
you.
your experience on today's Skillathon, you can share your experience.
Oh, it was wonderful. This is I mean, we missed the first Skillathon, but yeah, glad to participate on this. I I hope everybody enjoyed our project. We will consider the inputs we have from the jury and let's implement that. I hope we have this product launching from this Skillathon.
Thank you, Abhijit. Congratulations once again. Well done. So thank you. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, all the participant, audience, and jury members for joining today.
Thank you.
Until next time, take care and stay safe. Good night.
Thank you
Happy
all.
weekend, everyone.
Bye.
Thank you, everyone. Bye.